So anyway, today, since we got a pretty good list of amplifiers that people use with Abyss, we figured, what the hell, let's do a tier list and list these things and sonic virtues.
Yeah, vaguely including price too, though, because that is a relevant aspect.
Yeah, I mean,
There's
obviously,
cheap stuff, love expensive stuff.
Yeah,
You can't just be like, oh, it's cheap, so it's junk.
I mean, we'll
Right.
consider price as part of the formula for where it belongs and what grade. And
Right.
Of course, everyone else would too.
Well,
if you
yeah.
put a $100 amp in A plus, I don't think. First of all, there's no $100 amp in A plus, but just saying, it's
Yeah,
just
it kind of
good
works.
for $100.
It does work itself out.
Yeah. Anyway, that's the way we look at it.
Yeah.
We have a little bit different perspective than you would see in other tier lists, though.
Well, yeah.
Because we're looking for like real high-end performance here.
Yeah,
So,
and it all works with our stuff. We've tried all these things.
Yes.
We've used them. Many of them we own. So So bottom line is, we know these things. So they're all good.
so this list is limited to stuff that we like, use, have experience with, and recommend for our headphones. So pretty much, if it's in the list, it has a reason for existing to some extent.
We decided to go in grades like school, college, A plus, A, B, C, and D.
Yep.
There's no Fs because
Colors don't matter.
We don't have any
That's why.
failures here, and the colors don't matter. Yeah. The red box doesn't mean anything. It's just red. So which means that amp is hot.
Something like that.
You just
yeah.
needed to pick some colors.
Yeah, right. It's just colors.
They got
yeah.
colors, but
Yeah.
don't worry about it.
Yeah. Green is not organic. There's no grass growing. It's just green.
Yeah, let's start with
Let's
a
start
thing.
with something. Well, give us an amp. Give us
Yeah.
a name. We'll talk.
We'll start with a
about
Broadway. Yes, the
Okay,
11 Audio Broadway.
it. So that's the fully balanced version. It's a
Yep.
dual balance differential through it. Only has XLR inputs, and it's
And only balanced out.
and only balanced 4-pin and 4.4 millimeter out. Yeah, and it works exceptionally well with the Dianas, both the Phi and the V2. In fact, we
Yeah.
recommend it with Dianas. They're great. It'll power a 1266, but you want a little more.
Yeah,
You're gonna be
you-
looking for more.
Yeah.
I'd
know?
say as an amplifier for me, especially with Diana, exceptional. I'd put this in A class.
Yeah, agreed. A.
Agreed.
All right, we'll huck that over in A. Boop, boop. All right. And while we're at it, we might as well cover the Broadway S.
The S is a
Single-ended
single-ended version. It's half the power.
Yeah.
It doesn't really perform with our headphones because it's half the power of the
Right.
fully balanced, but it's still the same sound.
Same sound. You could
sound.
use it, but yeah,
Right.
you find yourself hitting the limit.
Yeah, you're going to be at
Often.
full volume,
Yeah.
and it's
Right.
not really on any of the Dianas, but it is an exceptionally quiet amp.
Yes.
Very good tonality, same as the Broadway, and it's a small miniature sized desktop.
Same
so,
form factor.
Yeah,
just
transportable.
Pretty nice.
Yeah, it'll run on battery power or not, which is kind of cool.
It is.
So it is transportable.
It has been handy at times.
Yeah, you could just unplug from the wall and
Yeah.
it's still going. Take it over to your chair somewhere.
Yeah, it runs a few
So,
hours.
yeah.
The S runs longer
I
than the
think it's
regular.
like 5 hours or 6
Yeah,
hours.
5 or 6 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's pretty
anyway, I guess we got to put that one below.
I would say put it
B?
in B. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
good,
just
but for our
because.
headphones,
Yeah.
a little
Yeah.
light on power.
Right. So it's next.
Benchmark, HBA4.
Good
What do you
amp.
think?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I like the form factor.
It's a small
again.
form factor.
The form
Yeah,
factor
which
for
is
me is
nice.
really nice. It's
Yeah.
small. It fits on a desk really well. It's not gigantic.
It's stout.
Sure. It's
Yeah.
got a little bit of
It's got
chunk
some
to
height
it.
to it. It's
Yeah.
got a touch screen.
It's got a nice screen on it.
Yeah.
Pretty good input-output options. Overall, it's a really great package and performs quite well. A bit more on the clinical type of sound.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but some people like that.
Just
I
a
find
little.
that generally
It's
I
not
find that
o-
agreeable.
It's not overboard.
No.
And of course, it would depend on what you're running in for a source.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's pretty good. I mean, it's a really, really good amp, and balance-wise, tonal balance is great, exceptional. I don't know.
It's like an A.5. I'd probably put it in A.
A,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
We'll huck it in A.
For our tastes.
It's
Yeah.
it's
It's good.
different than most other A amps, I'd say.
yeah.
Yeah. I would say on average it's probably 8.5. For some people, it's knocks it out of the park. Other people it probably might be in B, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's a very good amplifier.
It's a good amp.
So then, of course, we'll go to the 11 Audio Formula S,
The
the full-size desktop amplifier.
Well, that's one of our favorites with the 1266.
Yeah.
Well, or a Diana. Doesn't matter.
Or Diana.
It's
Yeah,
been
Diana
one of
Phi.
our recommended amplifiers for a while.
Yeah.
There's an optional outboard power supply, which takes it up a notch as well. But
Yeah, the power
overall,
mid.
yeah, it's a pretty elegant form factor, which, again, repeating point, but I find that pretty nice over the very large amps that take up your whole desk. Very good performance, pretty good power output. It really doesn't have anything that it does particularly wrong. It's just
It's
mostly
our
positive attributes.
it's our favorite solid state amp.
Yeah,
For 1266.
definitely a go-to for 1266.
You know, it
and
was built.
Diana.
It was designed for the 1266.
Yeah.
That helps.
Seriously.
Yeah, we go pop
You know?
a little primer in there. So 11 Audio
Yeah.
happens to be the brainchild
Or is
of,
it spelled XI audio?
Yeah,
yeah. but it was designed by a guy that is passionate about our headphones and happened to be an electronic designer for another company and decided, hey, I can make headphone amplifiers. I like these headphones enough. He designed a headphone amplifier specifically for use for our headphones.
Yeah, it was his first product of the company. And fantastic designer. As electronics designer goes in audio, he's top shelf.
Well, he knows what he's listening for.
Yeah, he knows interstage biasing and all that good stuff. He knows how to take the sum of parts to make a whole sound
Yep.
very well. One of the most talented guys I've known. He reminds me of Nelson Pass designs in terms of sound quality and stuff. So anyway, I got to put that in A+ myself because it's just one of my favorites. Solid state
A+. So personally, I'd put it in an A.
I put it in A.
All
but
right.
you put the power supply on it, the external
Oh,
power man
right.
on it, then it's A+.
Okay, there we go.
I'd
So
say-
since
So it's like
that's
an A and a half
since
plus.
that's available to it, we got to put it up there because that double that.
There's no in
brings it up a
between
level.
again? Here you go.
Nah, we got to put A+ because
All right.
it's our go-to.
We'll
amp.
assume this picture is including the external power supply, and it'll get hooked in A+.
All right, yeah. If you
Assuming,
get the Power Man with
assuming
it,
Power Man.
it's a step beyond.
Yeah.
And then what do you think about the micro IDSD black label?
Well,
From
I know a
iFi.
lot of people bring them to the shows that are using our stuff.
You see them out in the wild, ton of features. It does like pretty much everything.
Yeah, it's got a lot of, the features means you can try, people like to bring them because then they could try it on any kind of headphone
Right.
and they'll know it'll power it regardless of what it
Yeah,
is.
I call it like a Swiss Army knife of portable amps.
Yeah,
It's
that it is.
unbelievable.
That it is.
Good price point, pretty good runtime, great power.
It's got a lot of power.
It does
Yeah.
pretty much all of
I
it.
think it does up to 4 watts in a portable
It's a
amp.
lot, whatever
It's
it is, yeah.
crazy.
It's considerable. It depends
Or
on
as
the
they say,
impedance.
4,000 milliwatts.
Yes,
but
they like
yeah.
the
4
milliwatts.
watts,
A
yeah.
lot of jam in a small package. You
Yeah.
know, it's big for a portable amp, but it's small.
I mean, it's
in
got
the
it's
scheme
got
of
that
things.
typical mid-fi sound, but it's not bad. It's
No,
not,
it's good.
Yeah, the
It's good.
tonality, and they have some adjustments for I forgot what they're called. But they got a switch in it. It actually
Yeah.
just changes tonality a bit.
Yeah,
so
they
you can
have a
tame it a little bit if you wanted
Bass
to.
boost
Yeah.
and cross feed and
All in all,
yeah.
it's acceptable, quite acceptable for portable, and it'll power any friggin' thing.
Yeah.
yeah.
So what do you think on sound?
I mean, sound
How would you
wise,
rate
it's pretty
it?
good. I mean, I'd put it between probably a C.
Yeah.
probably a C.
See,
Yeah.
I'd say sonically a C, but
Yeah.
overall considering the package B. So
I
that's a tricky
agree.
thing. It's like a B and a half.
Here we are
Yeah.
in between again.
But
yeah.
it is like a $400 or $500 portable amp or
It's
something like that.
good price point.
Yeah, it's really good for the money. It's good. So it's.
So maybe bring it up to the
I
C.
don't know. It's a B. It's
the
B
B.
in terms of price, but we got to put it in C. I think
Huck
in
it in
terms
C.
of performance.
All right, I can
Yeah.
agree with
We
that.
got to go with performance,
Yeah, all right. We'll go with the performance.
but it is worth it. It's if that's what you're looking for
Yeah.
and you want to go portable, it's a no-brainer.
Well, that's why everybody
Period.
uses them at shows.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer. No-brainer because there is, as far as I know, there's nothing else like it.
Not
It's-
that
it's-
powerful.
No, not at all.
Not with that rich feature set, as
Not
far as I know.
not on a
With that
not
price
runs on
point.
battery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does it all.
So it's it. So if that's what you're looking for, that's it.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's next?
Headamp GSX Mini.
Oh, Mini. Cool.
So
That's
we
mine.
own these.
Yeah.
This
yeah.
is actually one of my preferred amplifiers.
yeah.
I think all around as an entire package, it's almost perfect for a headphone amplifier, given its price point.
It's got a good balance of price
Very
and
good
performance.
balance, yeah.
Very good. It's probably right there, right in the right
And
on
a
the
good
sweet
size
spot.
again.
Yep, around
Excellent
$2,000 price
size.
point.
Yeah.
You get an
Yeah.
optional different step to attenuate knob, but
Well
the
made.
size does it for me. I like the design. It's manufactured well.
Yeah, build
different
quality.
color options, which is cool.
There is a lot
Great
of colors.
input-output options, I think.
Which is unusual, actually.
Which we should mention, it's made in USA, as is the benchmark, which we forgot about that. We should qualify that benchmark.
Right.
So the
True.
benchmark HP4 is made in USA.
Yes.
We just put in A, and so is this. The,
Yes, these things are taken into consideration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but not always.
I mean, that matters to
externalized.
some people.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of audiophiles, they prefer something that's made in like European countries and USA for what for whatever reasons. Anyway,
I'd say it goes in A class.
I agree. I think
Yeah.
it goes in A. Yeah.
Yep.
It's a great thing, but
Especially
you
considering
can
the
get
price.
better. It's just for $2,000.
Yeah.
Comparatively, it's exceptional.
We don't know anything under 2K range that's
Yeah,
that
that's
good.
really gonna beat it.
for
Yeah.
a desktop amp.
All right, put that in A. And then I guess while we're at it, the Headamp GSX Mark II.
Yeah, the Mark II to us is an older design,
Yes.
and it's to me, it's just the audio quality is it's good.
Right.
It's well known. A lot of people have owned them and loved it. But today's standards are higher. I think
Yes.
that's the best way to look at it.
Yes.
And
And it is bigger.
it's
Which is that's a minus.
It's a two-piece. Yeah, right. It's stacked, so it
Yeah,
takes
I
up a
don't
little
really
more.
like the two-piece design in that concept
Yeah.
because it's apparently not intended to be stacked.
Yeah.
And so the size it takes up on your desktop is pretty considerable. And comparatively it being $3,000 with a much larger form factor to the GSX Mini, I don't think it provides really appreciable benefits. I think the Mini is just all around better, at least
Yeah.
for me, for what we're doing.
So I'd say we put it in C.
See,
It's a good amp.
I think it's a little harsh, but I
Yeah.
put it in like a B and a half.
Yeah. Again, B and a half. See, it
Yeah.
does sound harsh for it,
It does.
but yeah, I don't like. I just can't. Yeah.
It's
know,
just
the thing is,
just the sound quality compared to
I think all considered, yeah, maybe C.
It doesn't.
The Mini
The
is
biggest thing
awesome.
is it doesn't seem as powerful as its specs would say. It says like I think it's spec'd a lot higher power than the Mini,
Yeah.
but it doesn't seem like it when you
Yeah.
actually
Alright,
use
it's
it.
going in C.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't.
It's due for a refresh, is what the deal is.
And then we got the Cavelli Liquid Spark, $99 price point.
Yes,
Yeah, that is
Very
like-
attractive.
Talk about a bargoon. You have that,
Very
right?
small.
I do have one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it's all yours.
Well, particularly with our headphones, I'm pretty sure. Oh, it's like 33 ohms is its peak power.
Yeah.
So
Oh, where it puts out the most power.
most power. It's like
So we're right in-
2.3
we're
watts.
right in there with the Diana
Yeah,
range.
so it's very
Two
high.
over 2 watts?
It's over 2 watts. Yeah.
Jesus.
So
Does it sound like it?
Oh yeah, yeah. You
It
don't-
sounds
you-
pretty
Yeah,
powerful.
you're not like, oh, I wish this thing had way more power. or
Wow.
anything.
It is quite transparent though, so the trouble with it at a $99 price point, it's hard to find a good DAC to pair with it.
Yeah.
But as an amplifier, if you put it on a high-end DAC especially, it's amazing for $99. It
Cool.
knocks it out of the park. It's very good for $99.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, extremely compact.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so that
So
it's
good-
it's almost too much then.
Good for
Because then it's like,
gamers.
yeah, the DAC's bigger than it now.
Yeah.
So-
Pretty decent build
It's a
quality.
good gaming amp if you want to go with a Diana. Get
Yeah,
a real
absolutely.
headphone.
Oh,
Absolutely.
I used one for that
Yeah.
for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, for something like that, it's a pretty good option. So
You guys call it because you know it.
I don't know, maybe a B.
I
I mean, you got to take price into account. It's
yeah,
cheap.
yeah, it is cheap. I would say B because
So
Yeah.
I'm with that.
I'd
I'm
prefer
good with
it.
that. All right.
It's a good bit of kit
Solid
for
B.
sure.
All right. Cool.
All right, and what about the Woo Audio WA33? We'll start with the JPS edition. We got a few different models and variants of that
And that's
one.
confusing.
Yes.
You want me to step through that real quick?
Sure.
go for it.
All right, because I have the JPS version. You can option out the WA33 in a number of ways. You could choose the tubes. You can choose whether you want the Elite or the standard version, which changes out the transformers from standard copper to OFC. And there's a number of options on Woo's website. The JPS version, we went with the one that we thought would work best for the AB1266. We find most people just wind up at that level. They just get them all out.
It does seem
whatever
to be
they
the
want to
case.
get. They just wind
I
up
was
getting.
surprised at actually how many people actually just went
Yeah.
right up to the higher.
I think
model.
the base model isn't as popular anymore, at least within our realm.
Yeah,
Well,
we're not seeing it anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the people
yeah.
that do have the base model, though, pretty much all of them universally seem to say, "This sounds great. I don't know how it could get better, and I don't want to hear better." Because I don't.
That's the danger.
And I get that.
Yeah.
Because the tube upgrades, we're talking $3,000.
Yeah, it's
You're talking two pairs of 2A3s and a 274B. And it's expensive when you start talking 5 tubes.
So we did work with Woo Audio a few times at trade shows, so we might have a little bit of bias. So get your salt shakers out for that one. I
Well,
suppose.
not only that, it is my favorite amp. I have one of these at home.
Yeah.
I love it. I use it alongside the Formula S, and I think I want to go to tubes. I go tube, I go solid state. So those are my 2 top favorite amps at home.
But
yeah.
personally, if you're looking for tubes, you're looking for performance, and you could afford it, not even a question. WA33 JPS edition, that's a firm A+.
Yeah, E+.
Agreed.
right.
Absolutely.
We'll huck that in the A+. And while we're at it, we might as well go over the other variants, because you got the standard edition and the Elite edition.
Yeah.
The Elite
Okay,
edition is
right.
actually more expensive than the JPS edition.
Yeah.
It's got like fancy pants whiz bangs, silver capacitors, and wiring or whatever.
Yeah, upgraded parts count. I think it's got Cardis jacks and everything on the back, OFC.
Right.
Yeah, for us, I mean, the only issue with us is, and a lot of people own it that have 1266s. So, and they love it. So I guess it's dependent on the source at that point. But
Well,
for us,
it
when you
goes for anything.
yeah, right. But yeah, the Elite, I'd put it's just basically an A because it is a little more sensitive to what's around it.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. It's
know?
It
definitely
is.
more sensitive.
Yeah. I remember at a show, we had to tweak around it.
Yeah,
A bit.
Yeah.
a little bit, and it was fantastic.
It was
Probably
once
the
we
best
got
sound
it.
we ever had.
Yeah, we've still been trying to get to
Yeah,
that sound.
right. It was excellent.
So I guess this picture will represent that.
AC/DC
It's a little
Thunderstruck
unclear.
never sounded better, which is amazing. You could play that on that.
Yeah.
But it took a combination of you had to have a lot of power cords laying around to see what worked and
Yeah,
and
we had to
interconnects and
Trying different DACs with it. And
yeah,
stuff and-
yeah. So anyway,
put
bottom
it
line
in
is
A.
it's a little more particular, but yeah, that's the Elite.
And what about the regular model?
In the regular,
Standard.
I would
Like a-
say
A too, I guess. Right?
It's pretty good.
I
But
mean, I
guess
wouldn't put it
if
in a
that's an
B.
A, it has to go in B.
Yeah, but I wouldn't put it with B.
I don't think I would put it with B.
No,
Like it's the same as the liquid spark.
very good.
You know, like that level.
well, that's true. Yeah,
I think
Yeah.
both of those are more dependent on your source chain, the rest of your components, than the JPS edition is.
Well, the only difference is it's the stock edition is limited in res.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's
because
still,
it doesn't have the better tubes.
but it's still good.
and it's
That's the
costly
thing.
to upgrade it.
Yeah.
But okay. But as an amp goes,
Yeah.
and because it can be upgraded,
Yeah.
okay.
I think I'd put it in
agree.
A. All right, we'll put them both in A.
You
That makes
put
it
You
easy.
can't upgrade it.
Yeah.
And there's no
Yes.
confusion on the pictures too.
Sure.
And then we got the Head Trip 2 from Wells Audio. We have some experience with Jeff
Yeah,
Wells.
yeah.
We worked with him a time or two.
And we've used it. We've heard the thing at the shows. We
Yeah.
don't really have it here, but we've definitely heard it.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff's a smart guy. He knows how to tune stuff for sound. He's really good at it.
Yeah, it's considered he is kind of like Michael at 11 Audio, I guess. Kind of same kind of thing. Like he knows what he's looking for.
Similar vein there, yeah.
Yeah.
And they both try to.
Well, the only
tune-
difference is
they
he's
do
not-
it differently. They
Yeah.
have different approaches for sure.
Right.
But they're both trying to get a sound that they're.
Well, the
looking for.
difference is Jeff is only the ears. He's not
Yeah.
the engineer. He's not
Right.
the designer. So he
Right.
relays what he hears to the guy designing it, and they work together to make it work. So where Michael's all in one.
Right. That's
So-
rare.
Yeah, that's rare.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which normally you'll need more than
Yeah.
one person to deal with this. But anyway, yeah, I mean, it's a good amp. It's got a ton of power. It's probably got more power than is required for any
for sure.
headphone.
It's
Yeah.
overkill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to a point where
Yeah.
it could be dangerous. You got to watch the volume control on this thing. If you got little kids around, you better put some tape on that volume control. It's a potent amp.
is.
It's a more of a lusher sound, I'd call it, although Jeff probably wouldn't say that, but it's got a bit more
Yeah,
lushness to it. It's
definitely.
fuller sounding.
Yeah, I know we used
It's-
it at a show and people were always asked, "Is this a tube amp?"
Yeah.
Even though you can't see tubes, like, "Is this a tube amp?"
That's
People
kind of his
ask.
direction.
And that's pretty much.
He makes I think he makes also 2-channel stuff, so he makes preamps and
Yeah.
amps. In fact, he's going to send me one of his pre's because I'm looking for a new tube preamp.
Ah.
And he said even his bass model's pretty damn good, so I'm going to give that in about a month. He's supposed to send me one. But anyway, but no, it's a good amp. It's potent. I think it's squarely should go in the A class. Let's put it in A.
All
That's
right.
good.
Yeah,
Yep.
sonically, I would agree with that. It's
Yep.
All right,
a
cool.
very good performer.
What else we got?
So what do you think about the Audio Valve Solaris?
Now we've had brief experience with this at the trade shows.
Yes.
We've listened to it on our 1266s.
It
Not a
def-
ton of experience.
It definitely looks unique.
Yeah.
It looks unique. It's got a lot of tubes.
A lot
in
of
it.
tubes. Yes.
It'll light up and heat up the room simultaneously.
Yeah.
Yeah. The sound wise, I mean, I only had short experience with it, and so I don't know the system or the DAC. It's a different kind of sound. It's tubey. It's kind of fast in the bass. It's got a weird kind of bass response. I can't even explain it. Because again, I didn't spend enough time with enough tracks on it. But it's good. It's a good amp. It's got good tonality. I think the feeling is it's sensitive to what source you use with it. So you got to watch it. I think it could go the wrong way. Or bright side if you don't watch it, which it's not even an even brightness. It's almost like there's an area of the spectrum where it just kind of can get forward or brash
Like
on
a
you
thump.
if you don't watch the source.
Yeah.
So anyway, I mean, given that though, it's still the cool thing about it though is it's an all-in-one.
Well, in a very unusual sense.
Yeah.
Because it could do E-stats.
Yeah, electrostatic headphones and dynamics.
Yeah, that's pretty
planers.
rare.
Yeah, that is rare.
That's kind of cool. So if you have, stacks or something like that, and you want to play anything else,
Anything else? Yeah, because it's high powered and everything.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of it's a one-box solution for all that.
Yeah, it's a different jack of all trades.
I guess leave it at the fact that it's a German-made amp, so it
Sounds
has
German.
it has a German sound.
Yeah. Some people like that. Yeah.
Although I know the customer that was listening to it at the one trade show, he brought the 1266s over there, and he bought the amp because he liked it with the 1266s.
That's right.
He didn't even own the 1266s.
Yeah, that's right.
So I guess that was enough for him. So
Right.
I mean, it just depends on your taste.
Absolutely.
So-
Always the case, right?
Yeah. So I think I'd put that probably in the B class, given
Yeah.
its
B?
given its size
I'm on
and
B, yeah.
performance
All right.
and its versatility.
Yep. And then an amplifier that had a bit of popularity and notoriety a little while ago, AAA 789 THX amp.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
A lot of
has
power.
a good price point, pretty good stats,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's kind of the going features here. It's got amazingly low distortion.
A few other companies are using that topology.
Now, but when it came out, it was like the first low cost solution
Oh,
for
I
that.
see.
So
Yeah. All right. So yeah, I think it's got some sort of circuit topology or a patented topology that gives it this low distortion, et cetera, et
Right.
cetera.
it is very clinical.
Yeah.
I think there's some workloads that it probably was quite good at, But especially today, at its price point, I think there's a lot better options out there. I don't see it being very competitive. Maybe it had a time, but
Yeah, agreed.
for me, it doesn't do it.
Yeah, a few years ago, I think it was the one because at that time there wasn't as much out there as there is today. Might have
Well-
been the thing to use a few years ago.
Particularly in the high power, low cost game.
Ah,
Yeah,
right.
so-
Yeah, right.
But with our headphones,
Yeah, it's not a fit. Not at
no,
all.
no.
Yeah, so not.
That's firm D territory.
Yeah,
if you
it's
ask
a D.
me. Yeah. And here's a popular newer amp, Topping A90. Bunch of people asked us to talk about it. So we'll throw it in the list.
Yeah,
I
I
have
guess
a little bit of experience with it.
it's in the same vein as the THX amps,
Right.
but it's not THX.
Yes, it achieves a very different result.
Right.
It actually works really quite well. I wouldn't say it's world class like a lot of people are saying. I think the value is exceptional.
Well, it's a matter of reference.
Well, yeah.
Right.
You know,
Well,
it's
as is
you
everything.
can't do world class at that price point. It just doesn't work
Yeah.
that way. But it probably is in that realm of price points.
The value's great. So
Yeah.
if you're looking for that kind of like a mid-range type performance, well, it's competing in the high end.
Yeah.
So it definitely punches above its weight.
right?
Ah,
Yes.
cool.
But it's not beating $10,000.
yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
right.
Right. Yeah, right.
Right.
But for the price, it's a really good amp.
For the price.
If you're in
yes,
that range.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think the DAC that they have with that, and a lot of people are using it together. As always, it's not amazing.
DACs
It's
are-
hard to
DACs
get
are hard.
very good
Yeah.
DACs at
Yeah.
that price point. But
Right.
the amp, absolutely, it's a real performer.
So technically, you can combine this amp with a better DAC, and you
yeah, then you're doing pretty
best bang
good.
for the buck type
For
thing.
sure.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree.
So I think the difficulty is placing it.
Yeah.
So it feels like a B tier.
That's
All right.
right.
I think it's
that's
a
what
B.
I would
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, we'll go with this. What do you think?
I
Solid
think it's a B.
B.
Yeah.
I'll go
Put
with
it
B
alongside
too.
the Broadway
I don't know
House.
it that well,
Yeah.
but I've heard a ton about it, and
Yeah.
and DMS here has used it and told us
Yeah.
about it too. So
The design's
I'll agree
good.
with
It's
the B.
built nice. It sounds quite good.
Yeah.
It's just not revolutionary or amazing.
All right.
It is very good
Cool.
value though.
B it is.
Very good value. Yes.
Yeah, huck that in B.
Can't beat value.
And then we got the Moon Audio 430A.
Sim Audio. We've been using that for a few years now, ever since
A
it came
lot
out.
of years.
Yeah, it's in our QC room. We use it for test measurement and testing. It's a good piece. It's
We've used it for
in
quite
fact,
a while.
it sits there on continuously.
It's
I don't
on
think-
a lot.
It's
Yeah.
been on for years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we know it's a good piece. It's well built. It's a beast.
It is. Every time I move it, yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
wow, this thing's way heavier
For a
than I
friggin'
remember.
amp, for a headphone amp. Yeah.
Yeah.
You could get it with an integrated DAC, which is cool, and it makes it easy to use. Unfortunately, the DAC is okay.
Average.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an average DAC.
Yeah.
But as an amplifier, it's pretty good. It drives most things. The volume knob is smooth and responsive,
Yeah, it's
good
good.
range, easy to use.
It's not the absolute end all in resolution.
No.
But it's plenty for most headphones.
Yeah.
You know, and if you're not looking for that nth
Yeah.
degree, I think it's a good all rounder.
It's a pleasing amp.
yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice.
If you have a good DAC with it, it sounds really
It's
great.
not soft or anything like that. It just, you can get greater clarity out of the higher tier amps, but some people don't want that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I
You
mean,
can't say that
I've
about
run it
everything.
hard, like full power for hours on it,
Yeah.
many times.
Yeah.
And it's just
I like the
fine.
volume control on it too.
Yeah,
You could spin
yeah,
the dial
well,
and,
that-
and the numbers just go up on the
Well,
display.
and you could set it to the same number every time.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. For
That's
measurements
very
or
nice.
things like
That's
that,
true.
it's nice.
Yeah,
It goes
10
up in tenths.
10th dB
Very nice.
increments, yeah.
Most things don't do that.
And you could use it as a preamp. It's got multiple inputs, multiple digital inputs.
Right.
It's a very it's a full rack width
Yeah,
unit.
yeah.
Right,
Very
that's my main
versatile.
gripe though.
Yeah, right.
It's
Yeah.
big compared
Yeah.
to the other headphone amplifiers. It is a big headphone amp.
Yeah. So
But
it has
performance is
analog
good.
in and digital in. So you think
Yeah.
about it, it's pretty versatile. But yeah, we do recommend using it with an external DAC because
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
it'll raise the bar
Oh yeah,
tremendously.
you'd be surprised every time I
Yeah.
put a different tack into it. It's like,
Yeah.
oh wow, this amp
Yeah.
is like way better
Yeah,
than
get it without the DAC, save the whatever
Yeah.
$700 and you get a good DAC for external.
Mhm.
But all that being said, I mean, I don't know.
I'm thinking B.
Well,
It's
I guess
B
it
to C
depends
to
if
me.
you. Yeah, it depends if you're using an external DAC.
Right.
If you use its internal DAC,
Right.
it's good, but it's not like
all right.
Yeah,
let's
I would
put it-
say C with the internal DAC,
right.
B without.
All right. So we'll put it in B because you can
Right.
be upgraded
Right.
by the source. Yeah, which is fair.
And then we got an amp we recommend for portable use, the iFi XCAN.
Yeah.
Economical, very small, Bluetooth, again, like the other iFi products, loaded with bells and whistles. Pretty good power output to drive even demanding loads, decent run time.
I think it's rated for up to a watt.
1 watt. Yeah,
Yep.
Which is crazy for this little cigarette
it's
pack size
surprisingly
thing.
small. Yes.
You know. So yeah.
Yeah, it's like a deck of cards.
Yeah, it's a good piece, and the Bluetooth in it is not your typical chipset Bluetooth. They actually created their own. They take the digital off the Bluetooth and created their own, let's call it internal DAC, so to speak. So they're actually doing a way better job of decoding or, D to A-ing the Bluetooth end of it, which means it sounds better than most any other Bluetooth headphone amp you're going to
It's
hear.
really good for Bluetooth.
$300
Yeah.
or so US or whatever it goes for. So anyway, bottom line, it's a good portable piece. I'd put it in C squarely. No issue
Oh,
there.
yeah.
C?
Easy. It is.
All
It is.
right.
It's
I'm
a
good with
small portable, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, by all means, if that's what you're looking for,
The JDS Labs EL2 amp. What do you think about that guy? Great form factor, huge volume knob, very economical.
that's a cool look.
Yeah, excellent form factor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Well
built.
built. Yeah.
Made
Yeah.
in the U.S.
Made in USA. Yeah.
So yeah, it ticks all the boxes.
And it's
Yeah.
not a lot of money, is it?
200, I think.
Really?
250.
Yeah.
250.
And it powers the Diana's okay.
It does, yeah. With Diana, I think it's an awesome system.
Yeah.
If you're looking for, especially like a gaming amp,
Oh, right.
killer.
Yeah.
100%.
Just put it under your
The
monitor.
volume
call it a
knob
day.
alone is worth it.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah. The whole thing's a knob.
Yeah.
For computer use or something like that. It's
Yep.
really good.
Yeah.
Doesn't quite get the flagship levels, of course, in sonic performance, but it's good
Yeah.
for sure.
Cool. Yeah, we used it here because Douglas had it here for months, and yeah, good piece. I'd put a solid C on it.
See, you think?
Well, it's again in between for me because
I'd put it in
say B because of the form factor and the volume.
Price
knob.
form factor, I think it.
Yeah, when you factor in all the
certainly,
things.
Yeah. What
It's
else?
way
is
above
What
its
else
weight.
is in B? Anything like that? Oh, the Spark.
Yeah, we got the liquid spark in there.
Yeah,
the
I'd say B.
A90.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it goes B.
Okay. B it is.
All right, we'll plop it in B. And then we got the Woo Audio WA11. Battery powered, portable solid state amplifier from Woo Audio. So it's very unusual for them. Normally they're known for tube amplifiers.
It's their first solid
First
state
solid
design
state,
because
yeah.
everything else is tube.
Yeah,
Integrated DAC, Type C in and out,
and balanced Pentacon in and out.
Pentacon in and out.
So you can use it just as an amplifier with a balanced input.
Yes,
Right.
we did
Yeah.
do that once.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Its internal DAC is decent, but it's not really
Yeah.
up to snuff with the level, if you ask me, of our headphones. So yeah, it's a good portable amp. It's pretty potent.
A little light on power for our headphones, I think.
I think it
even
runs
for a
Diana
portable
okay,
solution.
right?
Diana fine.
It's
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I
Depends
wouldn't
on the
run a
volume of it.
1266.
Not a
Not
1266.
a
I would
1266.
Yeah, it'll run Diana 5 with the 4.4 millimeter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your mids are
we
pretty
have to
nice.
run it. You have to run it balanced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I would say too, right? That portable amp is exceptional in the mid-range area.
Well,
It doesn't seem to do freak streams amazingly well. Like,
It's like
not
a-
great at bass.
an
or-
old school tube amp kind of sound.
Yeah.
In
It's
solid
nice.
state though.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, for some people, they love. A lot of people love it, with a lot of different headphones.
We had a few people that think it's amazing.
Well, anyway, I'd say we got to put it in C class.
Agreed.
Yeah, C.
We'll put it next to like the Black Label,
Yeah.
GSX Mark II.
Yeah, it's got the similar
X-Can.
place, different tonality.
Okay. Then we got one more from Woo Audio, WA5LE. Bit of an older amp, and you don't really see people talking about it as much anymore, but it's still great to this day.
I think the WA33 took away its thunder.
It did.
you know,
It did.
That thing just raised the bar, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I used to own the WA5, not the LE, and it was a great amp. I had it for a number of years before I moved to the W33. So
Well, it's a lot more of that 300B sound, you know.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
so some people love it, some people don't.
Yeah.
So
But it's good. It's clear. It's got plenty of power. It's a two-piece design. Takes up a lot of space. You get
Well, at
a
least
lot.
they're narrow chassis, right? It's
Yeah.
not
True.
two huge wide chassis. So
Yeah.
in terms of desktop space,
Yeah.
it's not so bad.
Well, it's a serious amp. It's a serious tube amp.
and
but-
it does look nice.
Yeah, and I mean, reality-wise, the price point isn't crazy.
It's pretty
And
competitive.
it's
for
assembled
sure.
here in the States.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So, anyway, I'd say given what we're
I'm
looking at
torn
there.
between A and B here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
It's
a
somewhere
good
between.
B, but
Yeah.
a bad A.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
because we got their WA33s in B.
Yeah, it's kind of got to be.
Or
Yeah,
A.
they're in A, so it's kind of got to be in B,
All
right?
So B
Yeah.
it is.
Because a 33 is better.
Yeah, so we'll put it squarely into B.
Well, that's pretty much a wrap for our first tier list. I don't know how well we've done that one, but
Yeah.
hey, if anybody else has any ideas for a future video like this, more things you want us to cover, more tier list, let us know in the comments below. We're happy to do things like that. So, as always, take care, guys.
See ya.